21 Lessons for the 21st Century by Yuval Noah Harari, Chapter 14, Secularism. Humans have a big neutral investment in processing visual information. This is our part of inheritance and also what we see in our environment. Secularism, in simple words, refers to an ideology which provides people with the right to follow any religion or not to follow any. And it permits the states with the responsibility to maintain neutrality in the matter of religions. In a secular country, no state can legally favor or hate particular religions. However, individuals residing in a country are free to follow and practice the religion of their choice. Many religions are influencing people to join their beliefs, thus religion is as it were a purely personal matter. It gives full freedom to all religions and resilience of all religions.
Harari notes we must remember the foundation of the secular codes: truth, compassion, equality, freedom, courage, and responsibility. Harari believes social reality is the ideal we should aspire to. Social reality is built upon a commitment to modern science rather than faith. Once we uncover scientific achievements, we must also cherish the responsibility of these findings. Do not credit these scientific findings to divine protectors, and instead view them as an outcome of human knowledge and compassion. Truth. Seculars strive not to confuse truth with belief. If you have a very strong belief in some story that may tell us a lot of interesting things about psychology theory around your childhood and about your brain structure, but it does not demonstrate that the story is genuine.
Furthermore, secularists don't revere any organization, individual, or book as if they alone possess the truth. Instead, skeptics revere the truth wherever it may be found. Advanced science is based on this commitment to the truth, which has enabled civilization to unravel molecules, sequence genomes, monitor the evolution of life, and understand the origins of humanity. A truth is a fact which has a supporting basis or evidence, which differs from a belief because a belief is a thing which people actually believe and they perceive it as right. But to others, it may be the opposite, which creates division among the people in a society. Compassion. Secular ethics relies not on obeying the edicts of this or that god, but rather on a deep appreciation of suffering. Love and compassion are the very qualities that sustain humanity. As Paramahansa Yogananda says, if someone is suffering and you reach out with aid and compassion, you are moving into the presence of God. Compassion is a natural corollary of sensitivity and understanding towards fellow beings.
Of course, in the absence of absolute divine commandment, secular ethics often face difficult dilemmas. Rather, they carefully weigh the feelings of all concerned parties, examine the wide range of observance and possibilities, and in search for a middle pain that will cause a little harm possible. So how about the relation between father and his daughter? Both are human, so what's wrong with that? Well, numerous psychology studies have demonstrated that such a relationship inflicts immense and usually irreparable harm on child. In addition, they reflect and intensify the destructive tendency in the parents. Evolution has shaped in the sapient psyche. In such way, the romantic bonds just don't mix in potential bonds. Therefore, you don't need to God or the Bible to oppose incest. You just need to read relevant psychological studies.
Compassion is when we understand other people's feeling and suffering. The compassion within ourselves starts when we see those people who are suffering and allow them to express themselves to us. This happens also when we put ourselves into the shoes of others. But it does not mean that our compassion can always bring good to other people. If we use our depth perception in a situation, it can be prone to mistakes because sometimes we only use our visual ability to perceive it rather than to dig deep analyze the situation carefully. Seeing only what our eyes can see is a dangerous thing to use in giving compassion towards other people. For example, there are some people who, although they experience suffering, prefer to be alone than to be accompanied, which makes them feel that our presence is always by their side.
Equality. Though opinions differ regarding questions of economic and political equality, Secular people are fundamentally suspicious of all a priori hierarchies. Suffering is suffering, no matter who experiences it, and knowledge is knowledge, no matter who discovers it. It's about ensuring that every individual has an equal opportunity to make the most of their lives and talents. It is also the belief that no one should have poorer life chances because of the way they were born, where they come from, what they believe, or whether they have a disability. Hence, though secular people acknowledge their special duties towards their nation and their country, they don't think these duties are exclusive, and they simultaneously acknowledge their duties towards humanity as a whole.
Freedom. Secularism seeks to defend the absolute freedom of religious and other belief, and protect the right to manifest religious belief insofar as it does to impinge on the rights and freedom of others. Secularism ensures that the right of individuals to freedom or religion is always balanced by the right to be free from religion. Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This right includes freedom to change his religion or belief and freedom, either alone or in a community with others and in public or private, to manifest his religion or belief in worship, teaching, practice, and observance. Secular people cherish freedom and refrain from investing supreme authority in any text, institution, or leader as the ultimate judge of what's true and what's right. Humans should always retain to the freedom of doubt, to check again, and to hear second thought or opinion.
Courage. Faith also encompasses the other two theological virtues of hope and love. One has the courage of one's faith because one also has the ultimate hope or assurance of salvation. But it takes even greater courage to admit ignorance and venture into the unknown. Courage means not only being able to show that you're strong and brave enough to face trials, but it also involves how we check on ourselves and admit that we are not a perfect person, that sometimes we commit mistakes, and accept their consequences. Our visual ability makes us easily judge other people as we see them, but the flaw that our visual ability has is that we are not capable of seeing ourselves, especially what we have inside, and we tend to ignore it most of the time. True courage involves not denying ourselves and our imperfections as human beings. It is important that we are open so that we can look at the world with a positive attitude and perspective.
Responsibility. Religious beliefs and practices offer a way of maximally enlarging one's responsibility, an intrinsically appealing prospect. The global relevance of religious responsibility is shown by comparing examples in a wide range of cultures. Religion serves several functions for society. This includes giving meaning and purpose to life, reinforcing social unity and stability, serving as an agent of social control of behavior, promoting physical and psychological well-being, and motivating people to work for positive social change. If the world is full of misery, it is our duty to find solutions. Secular people take pride in the immense achievements of modern societies, such as curing epidemics, feeding the hungry, and bringing peace to large part of the world. We need not credit any divine protector with these achievements. They resulted from human developing their own knowledge and compassion.
Although members of religious groups shoulder the responsibility of sharing their knowledge with others who do not belong to their group, they also carry out the responsibilities of doing civic-oriented activities, and it directs them into the way and will of their God that they follow. But I believe it is also important that the humans should be acknowledged for their efforts in solving societal issues or problems, although I think it is also not wrong to ask for guidance from their respective divine protectors in their worship. It is important to realize that a state cannot be truly common if secularism is codified in its laws. Therefore, the whole idea must be accepted with kindness and applied equally to all people. We will be keeping an eye to the governmental structures in the interim to prevent any unfair religious organizations from gaining control. Thank you for watching, and we hope to hear from you guys.